So this is the summary for the day of 521 to 524 for the 29th to the 1st of August 2023, and now conclusion. So new tradition, right? So we're going to do some kind of conclusion about my thoughts about all these facts, all this information coming from all over the place. It looks like the Russians continue their proud traditions of doing very limited offensive. Their offensive never go past a week. So even if they seem to have some major breakthrough, so like they have a major ground operation and they capture grounds, capture a settlement, they don't push much further, despite it looks like they should actually have a major breakthrough and then spread out and Popasna it, the Popasna it. But the thing is, Popasna is actually a Wagner thing. Wagner actually is the one that break out from Popasna. It's not the Russian military. So it's not a Russian military thing to do. So my hypothesis is that it's actually a creeping offensive. The Russian forces actually attack from Raihorodka. So they attack from Raihorodka, captured Serhievka. But to secure Serhievka, as you can see from Staromayorsky, it's not enough to just capture this town. You have to have a buffer zone. So that's what the Russians did. They actually pushed all the way westward and even threatened Nadia. And then it feels like the main objective is actually to entrench themselves at Serhievka. So while the front line is actually here, the Russians now have time to actually entrench themselves and secure this settlement for good. So permanently controls it. And this buffer zone in this area allows the Russian time to entrench themselves and build fortifications and then creeping the front line slowly. I believe this might be what the Russians are doing, because there's no other way to explain why the Russian offensive is always so limited. The same thing goes when the Russian went for Torske. The Russian make this massive push, and they were just on the outskirts of Torske, and there was even rumors about fighting within Torske itself, but end up it stopped. Same thing. Less than a week, just a few days, the Russians stopped. The front line have not changed. The front line still remains something like this, and they also managed to increase the buffer around Dibrova. They actually push here, and basically they just hold the position. And it could be a case where the Russians use this opportunity to actually entrench themselves around this area here, while they have increased buffer zone, and they are actually entrenching themselves. So I believe this might be the Russian strategy, that this is how the creeping front line works. If not, there is no way to explain why the offensive is always so pathetic. and the Ukrainians are really angry. They are really pissed off. There is no reason to do so much offensive, but they are doing it. They really feel very insulted by the Russians. They are pushing very hard at the Crimea front. Then they are very angry with this Russian offensive that didn't go anywhere, and then they actually also push very hard in this area here, and because maybe they were busy doing something else, like playing football, playing computer games, and then it's like, come on, I don't want to do chores. And the mother tell them to quick go and do the chores, go and kick out the Russians from this area here. So they have to go and kick them out. So they're very angry and they want to kick the Russians really hard. So yeah, and then that might actually be yet another trap. Who knows? Maybe they purposely attract a lot of Ukrainian forces to do a counter-attack and then get into another kill zone. No idea. This is just a hypothesis. You don't need to get angry if you're pro-Ukrainian. But if you're pro-Ukrainian, I don't think you will watch to this point. If you're pro-Ukrainian and you watch to this point, I will give you an award. Comment below, let me know you're actually pro-Ukrainian. But if you're pro-Russian and you say you're pro-Ukrainian, you're a hypocrite. Hypocrites are like hippos. They have a very big mouth and with very big teeth. So anyway, then the Russians also making this very intense push in this area here around Kuzimivka. And the Ukrainians are holding very tight in this area here because, like I mentioned before, the main reason is this road. the Ukrainians don't want to lose fire control over this road. They want to prevent the Russians from using this road, because this road, if you zoom out, you'll be able to see that it links all the way from Svetove all the way to Kupiansk. And this road will allow the Russians to have even stronger control around this area here, and this will allow them to make a very strong push if they are able to hold control of this road entirely. So yeah, that could be the case. That is a strategic consideration. True or not true, I don't know. No, this is just my hypothesis. And otherwise, the Ukrainian offensive over at Robotine is looking like shit. It looks terrible to me. It doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere despite all this reinforcement. But of course, the Russians tend to surprise us. Just when you think that wow, they are so good, they cannot be defeated, then they will just entirely collapse, and then they will just do this mass withdrawal, or they will actually do a counter attack first, and then let you feel, wow, the Russians are counter attacking. Then actually it's just a covering force for a mass withdrawal. So it's very hard to predict whether the Russians can hold the line. The Ukrainians are definitely going to try again with these forces that it's going to push down again. And there's this rumor about 100 over AMX-10 will be delivered to this front line around here. I'm not sure if that's true. I just saw a tweet like for half a second, and then I was like, okay, kind of thing. So I'm not sure. And similarly, Petikaki is not going to go anywhere. It's just a stalemate over here. And then this is Petikaki number 2. Staromayorsky is Petikaki number 2. This is going to be yet another Petikaki. It's not going to go anywhere as well. So yeah, so that's basically the summary of what actually happened. Everything else, all this missile strike, all this drone attack in the Black Sea, is not meaningful at all. It doesn't change anything. Neither is this probing attack. Yeah, so basically this is about it. Thank you for watching, and congratulations, you reached 50 minutes. You are a hero. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next update.